Hey everyone, it's Keely here, and today I'm sharing a layout for day 11 of the 12 Days of Summer Scraplifts on Scrap Squad. Now, today's Scraplift, some of you are going to love it and some of you are going to hate it for sure. It does feature hand stitching, which I absolutely love. And I really love the design of this as well. It's definitely kind of a more minimal one in the sense of the space used on the page, but there is a lot going on with the photos and the clusters. So I've printed off the word summer, which is going to be part of my title. And I'm going to use this printout as my template for stitching. But first, I'm going to get an idea of what I want my design to kind of look like, where I want the placement of the word summer, and where I want my photos to go. So originally, I lay it out as though it is on the original layout, with the photos and the paper strips along the top and the word summer coming down. Now, I did like this, but I didn't feel like it left me much room to kind of spread things out a little bit and add in lots of other things. So I switched it round, and I try with the title at the top and the photos coming down the page instead. But I really didn't like how this one kind of sat. I didn't like how it looked like the word was kind of just floating in midair. So I do switch it round in a second, and I move it down to the bottom. And that just seems to sit a little bit better for me. So that is where my title's going to be. And I've also added in this little cut apart which says have some fun, which is definitely going to make it onto the layout as well. So I'm going to tape down my template ready for poking my holes. Now with the tape, I did kind of like press it on my leggings before I started to stick it on the page, because obviously I didn't want to then peel it off after I'd poked all the holes and it ripped my paper. So it is only tacky, so it's not going to tear the paper when I peel it off. And now I've got my pokey tool and I'm going to poke the holes ready for stitching. Now this does take some time to do, but I actually quite enjoy it. I love hand stitching on my layouts. Now I could have, and if you've got the kit or another kit similar, I could have used one of the large words that are in the foam stickers in place of the stitch title. I think that would have worked really well because they are big enough for a big title like this, but I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to do some hand stitching. And I'm also going to do it kind of like they have on the original, where they've gone like in a rainbow of colour, but I've picked colours out that match the collection that I'm using. So it's going to go from red to orange, yellow, green, the aqua colour, and then the blue. So I've just left in a little bit of me doing some hand stitching, and this is now the finished product, and I love how it's turned out as well. I really love the colours. I love the scripty font of the word, and I'm just really happy with how it's turned out. So now I'm going to start attaching my paper strips down, and these are just part of the branding strips, and I've just cut them down, and I'm going to cut them in half so that they appear that they're the full length of the page. Now the photographs that I'm going to be scrapbooking today are 2x2 in size, and there's 3 of them, and these were taken during a summer fair. I think this was actually at our local church. Now we're not a massively religious family. The children do go to a Catholic school and learn all about that at school. But our local church, is a really big part of the community. They had, obviously we've not been for a long time because of the pandemic, but they did hold youth clubs, toddler groups. They always put on like Christmas fairs, summer fairs, things like that. So it does have a real community feel, and it's nice to get together when they have their events on. And the kids love it as well. And on this occasion, this was the summer fair, and they had a big blow up bouncy castle outside. They had lots of games on, And Darcy was actually only a baby, so she couldn't join in very much, but TJ absolutely loved it. And it actually rained as well. It rained all day. But the kids, they still loved it. They had the coats on, they kept dry that way. And they still had fun, playing on the bouncy castle and things. So yeah, these photos were taken of TJ on the bouncy castle. So the photos are quite bright and colourful, which works really well for this collection. And I love how I've kind of laid them out so you can see him on the actual bouncy castle. You can see him coming out of the bouncy castle to the slide and then coming down the slide. And his face on the last picture is so funny. He's so cute. I definitely miss him being that small. He's going through a bit of a phase at the moment. He's just turned 10, and he's started with like a teenage attitude. Apparently I don't let him do anything, and he's never allowed to see his friends and things yet. He's always doing those things. So I don't know. Hopefully it's just a passing phase, this grumpy kind of preteen attitude. I've now stuck down my photographs. I've popped up the Have Some Fun cut apart as well as the last photograph on some foam just to add different levels, and so that everything wasn't flat. I'm going to bring in one of the, it's like I think all Simple Stories collections have them, the scalloped banner piece. And I'm going to cut a little piece off of that and tuck it in to the side of my photographs, because if you see on the original layout, they've got some kind of scallop piece coming out from underneath the photograph. So I'm mimicking that with this sticker, and the sticker as well kind of has all the colours of the collection as well, so it works really well. And it adds a lovely pop of that aqua colour. So I've kind of stuck everything down, and now I'm peeling it all back up just to kind of tuck this sticker in, so that it's in a position that I like it. I'm not sure if I've done it or not, because I've kind of cut off at the bottom, but I do add the word fur using the alphabet stickers, which is the summer colours. Here I'm doing it now by Simple Stories. I picked these up from Rebecca's shop as well. The link to Rebecca's shop is in the description below if you want to go and check that out. And I use this gorgeous blue colour that's in the collection. It's definitely one of my favourite colours in this collection. Just to finish off my title, which then will be Summer Fair. And I'm going to come in with so many embellishments on this layout and add lots and lots of little things, which I love to do on my pages. I like to dot around little bits of details, so there's lots to look at on a page. So what I'm going to do next, now kind of my main design is sorted, my title is sorted, I'm going to start flicking through the die cuts, the stickers, and I'm not sure if I bring in any of the foam stickers on this particular page. I might do, but I'm adding a lot of the kind of food icons, because it was a summer fair, and obviously whenever you go to like these sort of events, they usually have lots of different food and drink going on. So I thought that worked really well with this layout and this story. So I've got a melon piece, I've got a drink of orange juice. I have added a rainbow just because of the fact it was raining on this day, so I thought that worked really well. What else am I going to bring in? I think I bring in an ice lolly, a piece of lime, and I just kind of tuck them in little areas on the layout, behind the photos and on top of the photos and things like that. I mean, I've placed a lot of things down now, but they haven't stayed like that. So I've kind of skipped forward now just so you don't have to watch me stick every little piece down. But I've got a lovely little sunshine, which I fussy cut out from some pattern paper. I've added in a few word stickers. I have fussy cut out some of the sunglasses as well. I've got a little seagull on here too, because I just thought wherever there's food, there's seagulls. Trying to pinch it. And now I'm going to add in some sequins and some gems from my stash. I've gone for the kind of aqua colour, and I'm just going to dot those around the page. And I'm going to use some silver gems from my stash, just to add a little bit of sparkle. I don't know, I mean, I've really enjoyed actually using lots of my sequins and gems and things on these summer layouts. And I think the sparkle does kind of work for summer. So, yeah, and the colours have just worked so well, and I don't usually, reach for my sequins and gems and things, so it's nice to actually use some of these up. And because I've had them out on my desk, I've actually reached for them and used them, I think, on every layout so far. I'm going to finish it off with some splatters, and this is using the Peacock Feathers Distressed Oxide. So this is my finished page. I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone creates with today's lift, whether or not you do hand stitching or not. I will be back tomorrow with day 12, the last day of our series. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.